Mesothelioma litigation. If your employer knew, ask the lawyer if you can't sue over exposure to asbestos materials and fibers has been found to pose a number of health hazards. Numerous studies have shown that overexposure to asbestos has led to the development of a number of diseases including diffuse thickening of the pleural, larynx and lung carcinoma, pleural plaques, asbestosis and malignant mesothelioma. For a very long time, asbestos has been used for several purposes in the production of industrial products that include textiles, insulations, roof shingles, various flooring products, cement, brake linings, gaskets among others. Employees working in such environments are at high risk of getting asbestos-related diseases. It is the duty of employers to ensure that the working sites are both healthy and safe for the workers and the surrounding environment. It is also the duty of employers to advise their employees on any health hazards that the working sites may expose them to. On the same note, employers have the responsibility of providing their employees with equipment and other working gear that can be used for protection purposes. People working in industries that produce or use asbestos in its production are expected to be provided with special clothing and other working gear that limits the exposure to asbestos-containing materials. Mesothelioma litigation is a lawsuit pressed by a mesothelioma victim against any employer for unknowingly exposing him to materials containing asbestos, which in turn has resulted in the victim developing mesothelioma or other asbestos-related diseases. Mesothelioma is a terminal disease which affects mesothelium, which is basically the protective lining covering vital organs like the lungs, heart and the abdomen. The mesothelioma litigation is a way of facilitating asbestos compensation. Sometimes, it can be challenging to prove mesothelioma claims you may make for you to get any asbestos compensation. Considering that mesothelioma can take between 20 to 50 years before it starts showing any signs, it can be quite a challenge to link mesothelioma to a working environment, especially if you no longer work at the asbestos site. Again, the diagnosis of mesothelioma is a challenge on its own, as the mesothelioma symptoms are quite similar to symptoms of other pulmonary diseases. However, a good mesothelioma attorney should be able to dig out substantial evidence linking your ailing health to your work environment. To make it easier for your mesothelioma diagnosis, it is very important to clearly discuss your symptoms and also what your professional dealt with. It is expected that your employer knew the health risks he was exposing you to before hiring you. Therefore, the basis of your mesothelioma claims will be that your employer knew what he was exposing you to asbestos and did nothing to protect you. Inasmuch as mesothelioma is a terminal disease which will only take about 6 to 18 months after diagnosis to claim the victim's life, it is very important to seek compensation. The mesothelioma compensation might not be able to cure your condition, but it can be used to cater for your medications and mesothelioma treatments that you can use to prolong your life. Even if you do not live to benefit from your asbestos compensation, your spouse or family can be compensated for losing you to mesothelioma. Permission is hereby granted to reprint this article as long as proper credit is given, including the information and links. About the author, Francisco Rodriguez. Do you need a mesothelioma lawyer? http://www.mesotheliomaattorneyfreeconsultation.com